Welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV viewers and subscribers. As always, thank you for tuning in. And if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed as yet, definitely hit that subscribe button. So in this video, another surprising result in the T20 World Cup today. Afghanistan, this month to New Zealand. So we're going to be talking about that. And also Bangladesh and the match between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka as well. And also talking about whether or not the West Indies team can stop this Afghanistan team because they're on a roll right now. But there are a few things I've noticed about their team which the West Indies might be able to capitalize on. So we're going to be discussing that in this video. So just stick around to the end of the video while we discuss all of these things. All right. So starting with the matches from today. So firstly, let's start with the Sri Lanka and Bangladesh match. Bangladesh, they defeated Sri Lanka in their group match today. Sri Lanka batted first and they made 124. And Bangladesh, in chasing it, they got to 125 for 8. So it was a very close encounter. It took Bangladesh a lot of time to get those runs, and they lost a lot of wickets. So congratulations to the Bangladesh team. Good try, Sri Lanka. But with this, this is Sri Lanka's second loss in their group, so which means more than likely they won't be making it past the group stages. But you have to wait and see. But the surprising result of the day, though, came in the match between Afghanistan and New Zealand. Both teams are in our group, the West Indies group. And it was, I wouldn't say the result itself was surprising, but the margin of victory was definitely very surprising. Right? So, so scores in the match, Afghanistan batting first. They were able to get to 159, of their 20 overs. And leading the way for Afghanistan again, were their openers. So see where Gurbaz, he scored 80 56 balls. And Ibrahim Zajan, he got 44 41. And this time they were supported by Omar Zai as well. He scored a quick fire 22 of 13. And so they were the main contributors in Afghanistan's innings, getting them to that total. But again, their openers, Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zajan, they were the leading, they led from the front, another huge opening partnership between them. And that was the main contributing factor to them getting to that total that they got to. New Zealand in reply, it was very surprising. New Zealand were bundled out for 75, so they were bowled out for 75 by Afghanistan. So another huge margin of victory for Afghanistan in the T20 World Cup. This is their second match, which they are winning by such a huge margin. So their net run rate is very they have a superior net run rate right now. So they bowl out New Zealand for 75, and leading the way for them with the ball again was so Faruqi. He took 4 wickets, 4 for 17. And that's on the back of his brilliant performance against Uganda as well. And also Rashid Khan, he showed up today with the ball, and he also took 4 for 17. So it was Faruqi and Rashid Khan today that that led the way for Afghanistan with the bat and got them to bowl out New Zealand for just 75 runs. So another brilliant performance by Afghanistan. They're on, like I said, they're on a roll, and the West Indies are the only team now in the group that I would say have a chance of beating them. Whether or not we'll do it, we'll have to wait and see. But this Afghanistan team is very dangerous, and which I did a previous video on analyzing this Afghanistan team. If you haven't watched that yet, it's on the channel. It's the thumbnail says if Afghanistan is the biggest threat to West Indies in this group, and by the looks of things, they definitely are. So if you haven't watched that video yet, go watch that video. But even just based on the performances that we've seen from them so far, even the commentators were saying it in the game that Afghanistan were, normally known for their spin bowling attack, but they now have quality pacers, and their pacers are also taking wickets. And as we can see, where Faruqi, he's the leading wicket taker in the T20 World Cup so far. So not only do they have good pacers, not only do they have good spinners, their pace bowling, they have very good quality in their pace attack as well. So they are a well-rounded team. I do think the West Indies do. So even in the match today, the openers led the way with the bat, but New Zealand missed a few opportunities off their openers. There was a drop catch, a very straightforward catch that was dropped by the New Zealand fielder. There are a few runouts as well that were New Zealand should have taken, but one of them, the keeper, dropped the ball. So they did give opportunities in the match. So I do think the West Indies can capitalize on that. And what I would say, so the openers have been who have been leading the way with for Afghanistan with the bat. So far, the middle order, they haven't produced that much, even in that match against Uganda. Once the openers got out, then they started losing wickets regularly. It happened again today. So it will be interesting to see how Afghanistan bats, if they lose early wickets, if any of their openers go early or both of their openers get out early. It would be interesting to see how well they fare. And the West Indies, we have been taking early wickets, in our recent matches, both in the series against South Africa and against Australia. Our power play bowling, has been very good, taking wickets at the top of the innings. So that's something that I think that this West Indies team can do against Afghanistan to slow down their batting by taking early wickets. And I think we definitely have the capability and the ability, and we have been doing it, to take early wickets. So from that standpoint, I do think that's an advantage for the West Indies if on the day we can take early wickets as we have been doing so far. I do think the Afghanistan middle order, they are yet to prove themselves. And I think, coming under the pressure of facing a West Indies team at home, with quality bowlers as well, might, pose a very difficult challenge for the Afghanistan team. Not saying that they cannot bat against us, but we haven't seen them do it so far in the tournament. So definitely would like to see how well they do, coming up against the West Indies. But it will definitely be a tough match. Their spinners as well, are still there, but if the West Indies can not lose too many wickets to their pace bowlers up top, then it should be a very exciting encounter. Either way, it's going to be exciting, right? Because Afghanistan, they are no longer that associate nation or that team that just shows up to the World Cup to play matches. They are in this World Cup to challenge for the championship. As we can see from the 50 over World Cup, they made it to as far as the semifinals in the most recent 50 over World Cup. So just the confidence that they gained from that, it proved to them that they can not only show up in these World Cups and play matches, but actually compete for the title. So they have a lot of confidence from that. And in the video that I did mention that they have a lot of players who have been playing a lot under the franchise in franchise cricket, especially in the IPL. So they have over 8 players in their team that played regularly in the IPL, which is something noteworthy, and I did mention it in that video. So they do have a lot of quality in their team, and I mentioned that in the video as well. So the way they have performed so far in this World Cup, it's definitely not a surprise to me, because I know the quality that they have in their team. But I do think the West Indies team, we also have quality, and but we will definitely have to play to the best of our ability to win them, because they will show up, and as you can tell so far from the matches that they've played, they are showing up and they are showing out, and it will take a very good effort from this West Indies team to get the best of Afghanistan. But I do think we can do it, but it will be a good match, right? So currently Afghanistan are sitting atop the group, you know, with, like I mentioned earlier, a very superior net run rate. So if they are tied on points with the West Indies, you know, based on just the margin of victories that they've had so far, more likely their run rate will be better than us. So we will definitely have to beat them, you know, and beat New Zealand as well if we want to finish at the top of the group at the end of the group stages. But that's all I have for you in this video, viewers and subscribers. You know, definitely share your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this Afghanistan team and whether or not you think the West Indies or how well you think the West Indies will do against them after seeing how they have been dominant in their matches so far. As always, thank you for tuning in. Do remember to like the video, you know, share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.